Greetings and salutations and welcome to Hockey TV and our coverage of the Soo Eagles, the Elliot Lake Wildcats, and the Northern Ontario Junior Hockey League. Scott Nason broadcasting from Polar Stadium on this Saturday night. Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, as we are awaiting the start of tonight's West Division contest between the hometown Soo Eagles and the visiting Elliot Lake Wildcats. Our cameraman tonight will be Rob Horn, and once again, our color commentator, the gentleman standing to my right, Larry Pozzebon, joining us tonight. Larry, how you doing?
Good evening. Nice, great. Better than last night, I'll tell you. Last night was, I don't think we had a storm like that since Fitzgerald went down in 75.
Might argue that one a little bit. And we did have a lot of wind and power outages. Lucky for us, there were no power outages or limbs near Polar Stadium that went down.
Or bridges,
because last night the Eagles had their home opener against the Blind River Beavers and defeated the Beavers by the score of 7-3 as Caleb Wood and number 21 Riley Jensen both had 2 goals on the night. 7-3 game, Larry. Eagles obviously happy with the victory, but it wasn't maybe as the score indicated as far as play. Shots were pretty much even. Blind River did have a lot of control of the puck in that game, but you know what? The Eagles will take the victory. Your thoughts on last night's game?
Yeah, Blind River controlled the puck a lot, but they couldn't score. That was their big problem, and they're a pesky team, and they didn't stop playing, and they didn't stop the fisticuffs neither. So I guess they were getting, what do you want to say, perturbed is a nice way to say it, because of the score and just frustrated. That's the word I was looking for. They were getting frustrated. But they played a good game up until certain points, and then they just didn't have it. That's all there was to it. And Eagles didn't play a way better game than them, but they scored when they had to score. And it showed at the score sheet at the end of the game, 7-3.
Other games last night in the NOJHL, Powassan over Cochrane by a 3-2 count as the Voodoos still undefeated, untied on the season at 6-0. And speaking of unbeaten and untied, the Soo Thunderbirds also won their game by a 7-3 count last night at Espanola. And a full slate of games tonight in the NOJHL. The only 2 teams not playing, the Soo Thunderbirds and Blind River Beavers. They'll both play tomorrow, including the Beavers taking on the Soo Eagles in Blind River tomorrow afternoon at 2. Other games going on, 7 o'clock start times. Powassan at Hearst, Espanola at French River, Rayside Belfour at Timmins, Cochrane at Kirkland Lake. So, Larry, we always say look at the all too early standings in the NOJHL. In the West, it's really bunching up as the Soo Thunderbirds and Blind River both have 8 points first place. The Thunderbirds have played 2 less games. Rayside Belfour and the Soo Eagles tied for second with 6 points. So if the Eagles win tonight, Rayside Belfour wins tonight, Blind River Thunderbirds don't play, we could have a 4-way tie already. In first, Elliot Lake comes into tonight's game with a 1-4 record, good for 2 points, and Espanola 0-5, no points. And these teams already have met the Eagles and Wildcats one time this season, with the Eagles skating away with a 4-1 victory. But Larry, every year that Elliot Lake is in this league, at least the last few years with the Eagles back, this isn't a gimme by any stretch.
No, it isn't.
Throughout the records, This is always a tough matchup for the Eagles with this Elliot Lake squad.
It is, and I don't know why, but I'm not saying they're both good teams. It's just that it seems like Elliot Lake would come in here and own the Eagles. And during the regular season, but in the playoffs, it was reversed. The Eagles would own the Elliot Lake Wildcats. So, yeah, let's hope we have a little bit of a change there. The Eagles can own the Wildcats in their own building.
Let's look at the scratches tonight. For the Soo Eagles, quite a few players that were in last night's lineup are scratches tonight. Could be because you have 3 games in less than 3 days.
And a suspension.
Scratching tonight, or scratched I should say, number 6, Jack Wood. Number 10, George Orfanos. Number 13, Kyle Quinn. Number 14, Mahali C. Number 26, Nathan Brown. And goaltender number 1, Nico Menedis. And starting in goal tonight for the Eagles, number 29, Caleb Sauer. For the Elliot Lake Wildcats, players not in the lineup include number 4, Curtis Gervais, number 22, Stephen Minicello, number 24, Cole Burton, number 77 at Tyler Montoya, number 84, Pete Cascanetti, and goaltender number 29, Greg Moon. Starting tonight in net for the Elliot Lake Wildcats, number 70, kind of an odd number for a goaltender, Justin Vertese.
Well, he's doubled 35.
Wow, that's good
math. Well, Tony Esposito was 35, number of other goals, so he says, I'll be double that.
That's true. That is true.
Can I make a correction here? It's Gervais.
Oh, Gervais.
Because that was my sister-in-law's name.
Oh, so very good.
I know that one.
Okay. Fighting a bit of a cold here tonight, so bear with the voice and the sniffles as the cold season in full effect. And it is cold here at Polar Stadium tonight. My goodness sakes. Not a bad day outside, but a little chilly inside. I want to welcome all those that are watching on Hockey TV, not just Soo Eagles parents, fans, or family, or just casual observers, but also the Elliot Lake Wildcats fans. And we like to provide an interactive broadcast as far as the fans and talking to us. And the best way that you can do so as far as if you want to get involved in the broadcast, want us to say hi to someone or maybe just have comments in general, is by going on Twitter. You can find my Twitter handle at @Nason, that's Nason 2013. Tweet us during the game. We would love to hear from you. Already have a couple tweets. Tom Blair, Brendan Blair's father, saying hi from St. Louis. Grandparents Myron and Sherry Blair from Fort Lauderdale are at tonight's game and want to say hello to the Jensen family watching tonight. They say great broadcast last night and hope to see another win. And we hope to see another pair of goals there from Mr. Riley Jensen, as he played very well. Looking at the Eagles, Larry, having been around Coach Doug LaPrade when he's coached in previous places. I go back to high school when I was doing high school broadcasts for the Soo High Blue Devils, and he was behind the bench. Two attributes of his teams, and I know something that he always looks for his teams to be: physical and fast. I think probably any coach wants to see that.
Yes.
For what you saw last night, I think, at least at the outset, they have both.
Yes, they do. I mentioned that earlier. I said we had a couple of big boys on the Eagles here, and they said they have to throw their weight around. They have to show that they're a tough team and let the opposition know. And they were doing that too. Fast, yes. They were fast. I found, though, I'll tell you something honestly, I found the Beavers were faster. So the Eagles have some skating to do, I think. Let's be honest here.
we are all about honesty here, Larry. And speaking of honest, coming up during the second period, we're going to play our attendance challenge. Last night, Larry with the victory, as we had 706 fans here at Polar Stadium for the broadcast. I said there were 599. Many fans on Twitter thought I was close, although my son sided with you. Vance thought there were over 700. You said higher. And you win.
Yeah, you were only close in horseshoes.
Exactly.
Horseshoes and grenades, eh?
The Soo Greyhounds, a team we follow closely here, of course, in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, and Ontario. They will be in action tonight. Their game last night postponed. Will be made up at a later date as they were set to take on the Sarnia Sting. But, of course, the Mackinac Bridge was closed for a good chunk of yesterday. And so Sarnia could not get up north. And so they'll make up that game another time, but they'll take on the North Bay Battalion tonight. Used to be the North Bay Centennials, I believe, Larry.
And one time they're the Trappers.
The Trappers as well as, a little lower expectations, I think, for the Soo Greyhounds this season, Larry, after a tough Ontario Hockey League final, losing to Hamilton. Quite a few players have moved on to the NHL. What's your thoughts on the Hounds heading into this season? Lower expectations, but still a lot there, in my opinion.
They have a lot there. Just now, the kids that were rookies last year, they're going into sophomore year, they have to develop. And the boys that are coming back, I say boys, young men, they have to carry the load. They have to show why they were there in the first place also. They lost a nucleus of scoring. So now they have to make up for all that. I think there's over 100 and some goals they have to make up for, 180 goals. So, I mean, you have to. They're not going to be like they were last year, but I believe they're going to be as good. Maybe not a first-place team in their division, maybe not even a second, because everybody has improved in that division, the West Division, the OHL.
We're going to take a break here in our pregame. Our public address announcer tonight, normally Bob St. Peter, who we always like to have some fun with. Unfortunately, at Bob's expense sometimes, but it is fun. Well, Bob's on a little bus tour, Larry. Him and his wife have...
they've got 11-day bus excursion going down Branson, Missouri, and Nashville, and a few other places. So they're on a country music tour, I believe.
That's right. Well, we're blessed with the golden tones of John Bospis behind the mic as far as public address announcing. We're going to go to him here in a couple minutes as we'll have the starting lineups, the national anthems sung by Mr. Dan Kinney.
Is he here? I didn't see him tonight.
I don't know. Maybe he's not. Maybe we have a special special anthem, I should say. We'll be back here with the start of tonight's game between the Soo Eagles and Elliot Lake Wildcats on Hockey TV. So there you have it, Larry. Not the best pregame ceremony you'll ever see, but due to some technical difficulties.
Not on our end.
Not on our end. Actually, we can hear the microphone there at just the outside speakers here at Fuller Stadium. They're having some issues with those, but we are not having any issues, Larry. At least I hope we aren't. With our broadcast, well, it's still early. As the Eagles will take on the Elliot Lake Wildcats.
So
I am, and realistic. Elliot Lake and the brand new jerseys there. I'm liking those jerseys there, the big numbers and names on the back. Elliot Lake with the puck. Eagles going left to right as seen on your video monitor. And we are underway here at Fuller Stadium as the Eagles and Wildcats tangling up for the second time this season. The Eagles won the first one earlier this month. Now Roth with it. Roth, number 16 for the Eagles. We didn't see him last night. Quite a few new players in the lineup, at least from last night. Zach Johnson, number 11, also out there. As the Wildcats shoot it down into the Eagles zone. Tyler Hooker, number 28 for the Wildcats. Now Roth. Over to Schwab. Carr for the Wildcats. That will be deflected out of play. We'll have a face-off. Again, if you're watching on Hockey TV, let us know where you're watching, who you're watching. Let us know what you think about the broadcast. Want to say hello to the Lamberti family watching again. Lenny and Hawk watching from sunny and very hot Arizona. Thanks for that. As well, Steve-O watching from California tonight. And say hello to Steven Arfanos, who popped his head up there while we were on the air, Larry.
I see him just going up the stairs with his wife, Linda.
There he is. Now here's a chance for the Wildcat shot blocked. That's Noah Mids, number 62. Two Mids on the team. Noah Mid, number 62, and Caleb Mids, number 64. Now here's Shire with it across the blue line for the Eagles. Shire passes it. Gets it to Praisner. Now Praisner loses the puck. Picked up there by number 82. Check that, number 62. That's Noah Mids. Smaller crowd than we saw last night, Larry. And 706 fans last night, much less so far, but it's still early.
It's early, yes. Nice day today, that's why.
It is, yeah, exactly. Now here's Parnell with it, back to the point. Lannon, picked up by Hagen. Now the Eagles with it, trying to clear the zone. They do. Here comes Morich, number 22. Morich with the puck. His shot saved there by Vertezi, and he'll hold. Well, the face-off with 18:03 to play in the first period. No score.
That's the first shot on goal by either team.
Took a while last night to get a few shots
as
well.
Yeah.
About 4 minutes. We'll keep our eye on the out-of-town scoreboard. 4 other games that have just started, the NOJHL. Now face-off won by the Eagles. Parrott plays it off the boards to Hagen. Over on the far side. That one takes a bounce in the air. Picked up by the Wildcats at center ice. Now the Eagles get it. Rieger, number 5 for the Eagles. Now Parrott with it. Parrott passes it up to Strauss. Morich will chase it into the Wildcat zone. Morich behind the net. Morich with the puck.
Yeah, 3 Eagles behind the net, nobody in front.
Now we'll have a whistle
net
as
off.
The net goes off the mooring, so that should keep the face-off in the Wildcat zone.
Goaltender Vertesi, he let them know the net was off. He just given an extra shove to say it's off.
Yeah, if you're going to do that, you might as well make them
aware of it.
Know there, yeah. Face off to the right of Vertesi. Won by the Eagles. Now a quick shot. Saved there by Vertesi. Rebound picked up by Carr. Now puck along the near boards. That's number 44, Mark Perone, for the Wildcats. Now the Eagles pick it up. Wada. Wildcats have it at center ice. Very chilly Puller Stadium, Larry. This is not helping with my cold.
No.
Because that one shot down the ice, and that should be icing. And a little bit of a slow start to this one, Larry.
Yeah. No line change on the Eagles. Referee's there, got his hand up and making sure nobody's going to try and sneak off.
Want to say hello to our good friend Don Supa, watching from the Sugar Island tonight with his daughter Chloe.
That's the one up here last night.
That's right.
Yeah,
They
she
came
was
up. She
cute
loved
little
it.
girl. Yeah, but she wouldn't talk. She had a microphone.
She does her talking on the ice,
yeah,
Larry.
She'd be nodding her head or shaking it. That was all.
That was good stuff.
Yeah, it was enjoyable.
It was. So thanks. They got their power out. Their power was out almost 24 hours there.
Wow.
On the island, but luckily, just in time to watch us on on Hockey TV, Larry. Old habits die hard there at the Fast Hockey. Now puck shot back into the Wildcats' end. 16:35 to play in the first period. No score.
That's not icing. Deflected off an Eagle player all the way down.
Now here's Mins with it. Mins, the near corner. Now Lamberti, he had a goal last night. Brendan Blair, pass up to Johnson. Now Johnson over to Boulware. Lamberti. Eagles still a puck in their own zone.
Trying to get organized.
Shots 2-1 Eagles Hurley here in this first period. Boulware over to Blair. Now shot down the ice, no icing as that was deflected. Puck on the near side, Roth loses the puck. A little bit of a sloppy start here for both teams.
Checking's been close, that's why.
Yeah. Number 82, Troy Daniels out there for the Wildcats. Now puck at center ice, Blair over to Butcher. Butcher shoots it in. Picked up by Hagen for the Wildcats. Now he'll play it off the boards. Elliot Lake loses it at center ice as Shire shoots it back in. Over at the far boards, Hagen. He'll play that one off the boards, center ice. Butcher tried to get it right back. Now puck still at the Wildcats' end. Number 27, that's Connor Prinz. Wildcats still have it. On the near side boards. Elliot Lake with the puck. Now they'll shoot it to center and down the ice.
That's not going to make icing, I don't think, no.
Picked up there by Reger. Now Parrott has it. Cam Parrott, number 2. Gets it to center ice. Praisner. Back to number 5, Reger. Now it's center ice, Shire. Pocket pick there by Tischborn. He'll shoot it back in. Sauer out of his net. Shots just 2-1 here in this first period in favor of the Eagles. Now puck shot down the ice. That'll be icing. So a real slow start for this one. For
22 March tried to do a feed pass, but he picked the wrong angle and went all the way down for icing.
14:24 to play in the first period. Still no score. Might hear a little more music during the breaks, Larry, than usual as I have to clear my sinuses a little bit. No one wants to hear that live. Now face off.
Or see it live.
Or see it live, yeah. My apologies to the 90% of the people in town that got me sick. Now here's Parrott with it behind the net. Parrott.
Nice.
At the center ice. Wood with it. Caleb Wood with the puck. Now behind the net to Morich. He's held up by Perone. Chance for the Eagles. Schwab with it. Backhand shot. And a save there by Vertesi. As Schwab really with the first good scoring opportunity, but he had to shoot it on the backhand. You get a hold on that shot.
No.
Yeah, the PA and sound people here, Larry, having a tough night. Nobody's going to have a tougher night than these folks.
Yep.
At least yet. Face-off won by the Wildcats. Now here's Jensen with it. Jensen will flip it off the boards behind the net. Now puck taken by Boulware. Puck still bouncing. Eagles come up with it. Morich in the near side boards. Morich with the puck. Now back to center ice. Chased down by Schwab. Schwab to center. That's Morich. Big hit there. Yeah. Wow, nice open ice hit by Hagen right below us. Morich got knocked out, but he's right back up. Now a quick shot and a save there, Bertese.
Yeah, he was coming over the blue line with his head down.
Yeah, we won't do that again. Now another hit there, this one by Strauss, as the action started to pick up a bit as far as the physicality. We saw a lot of that last night as far as physical play. Now at the point, Schwab, he fires, save, rebound, juggled for a moment for Vertese, makes the save. And we'll face off at the Wildcats end. 12:57 to play in the first period. We're still scoreless here at the Polar.
I'm trying to remember. I'll try to think of some of the sponsors we had last year. I'll have to get a printout of that. We had Alpha Bar, Sioux Savings Bank, Marchetti Distributing.
Yeah, let's make sure they're still sponsors, Larry. We don't want to jump the gun on that. Well. Now Blair's shot, that goes wide. Mids can't clear it. Butcher plays it off the boards. Now picked up by Daniels. Elliot Lake in their new jerseys. Kind of like these jerseys. Now here's Wada with the shot. That goes wide. Over at the far corner. Lerman. Mids. Now Cats trying to set up some offense. So far they have had very little. Prone, number 44 for the Wildcats. Pass up to Daniels. Now Daniels shoots it into the Eagle zone. Blair chases it down. We played almost 8 minutes of this first period. Still no score. Second of 8 meetings between these two squads. Eagles won the first game 4-1 a couple weeks ago. Opening weekend of the season. Now glove down at the blue line. Quick shot Daniels. That one goes wide. Roth plays it over to Dax. Now Dax flips it up to center ice. Glove down by Lannon. Now Lannon across the blue line. Lannon with it. Over to Parrott. Now Parrott loses the puck. Puck still on the near side boards. Picked up by Carr. Now Carr's shot deflected. Save there.
Nice save
by Sauer, as he just got the pad on that one. Now back to the Elliot Lake end. Shots now 5-3 in favor of the Eagles. Puck along the near boards. At the blue line, Reger with the shot. A save there, Vertese, and he'll hold. And we'll face off with 11:10 to play here in the first period.
Vertese holds on because Zach Johnson was right in there waiting for a rebound. Nothing came.
We want to say hello to Kayla, otherwise known as Mama Parrott, watching camp from Howell, Michigan, while Dad is here live at the Polar. Happy to be part of the Eagle family again. She says, go Eagles and go number 2. That's not you, Larry. That's the number on here. You stay here.
Yeah. You're number 1, I'm number 2. Is that it?
I was using a different reference, but we'll go with yours. Now puck along the near boards. Wildcats have it, and Droley, the returning players from last year. Dito plays it behind the net. Androli fighting for that puck behind the Eagles' net. Finally picked up by Parrott. Over to Praisner. Now Praisner's pass just out of the reach of Wood. Caleb Wood, number 12, the only Wood in the lineup for the Eagles tonight. Number 6, Jack Wood, a scratch, as that'll be high stick, so that'll get a face-off in the neutral zone. While I have a moment, Larry, let's look at some out-of-town scores. Hearst up on Powassan 1-0. That one with about 6 minutes to play in the first period. French River leading Espanola 1-0, also with about 6 minutes to play in the first. Good news for the West Division teams. Rayside Balfour losing at Timmins 1-0, and no score between Cochrane and Kirkland Lake. All those games in the first period. Here, no score, 10-10 to play in the first period. Soo Eagles and Elliot Lake Wildcats. Now a shot blocked there by the Wildcats. And here we go, a chance for Elliot Lake. Burkhoff has it, shot, and a save there by Sauer, and he'll hold. And we'll have a face-off at the Eagles' end, and we should have a media timeout, Larry, as we're halfway through this first period.
Yeah. That was wasn't really a hard save by Sauer because it shot right into his glove. Made it look easy. Maybe it was hard easy from up here, or hard down below.
Here's our immediate timeout, Larry.
Yep.
So let's get thoughts from Poz on the first 10 minutes.
Well, shots are almost even right now. The play is going both ways, so I'll have to give it to both teams right now. They picked up, Elliot Lake have picked up. They've caught up in the shots, and they're about even in play right now. That's what I'm calling. As number 2 up here.
Sure. I was not using a ranking system, Larry. It was more what sometimes you do between periods. That's where I was going with that.
Yeah. Go down to concession?
Well, around that area.
Yeah.
You know where I'm going with that. Again, if you're watching on Hockey TV and you want to contact Larry or I, this is not just Eagles fans, but Elliot Lake fans. Do so on Twitter, SNason2013. The Blair family watching, the Jensen family watching, the Parrott family all watching on Hockey TV, and we thank you for that.
You know what's going on tonight? There must be something. I don't know what's going on. There must be something, because the big boys who won Chuck a Puck last night, they're not here, so something's happening around town someplace.
Well, Michigan State's playing at 7 in college football. I don't think that would be it. Oh, you know what it is tonight? Get her done.
Oh,
Get
yes.
her done.
Get her done.
Get her done.
Larry,
the cable guy.
The cable guy, yeah.
That's where the people are tonight.
That's
I
where they
forgot
are, yeah.
about that. Yep, the get her done guy.
Oh, they give the hockey game up for Larry.
Not this Larry.
No.
Yes, Larry.
And the other
guy.
Larry down there is a gate guy down below.
Right, that's right. Larry Reed, I believe.
Yes.
There, yeah. So, yeah,
retired Customs, U.S. Customs, wasn't he?
And it's an outdoor concert, too. Larry going to be cold. He's from the south there. It's a little chilly at nights around these parts.
He's got a lot on him to keep him warm.
He does, yes. We don't get a whole lot of big named acts up here, so anytime you get something like that, usually brings a lot of people. So.
Yeah, he's part of the Jeff. What's it, Jeff?
Foxworthy?
Foxworthy, yeah, their group there. Eh?
The Redneck Comedy
yeah.
crew, yeah. It was funny about 20 years ago.
I still like them.
Well, that's debatable. But a lot of people must because they think that's where they are. So Lana with the puck for Elliot Lake. No score. Blair. Pass it over to Butcher. Back to Blair. Blair at center ice. Fires it in. Picked up by Perrone. Lannon, along the near boards. Pass up ice. Taylor gets knocked down. Now here comes Parnell. Parnell plays it off the boards. Down the ice, no icing. Blair with it. Blair up to Wada. Rink wide pass, just off the stick of Dax. Eagles just seem a step off right now. Now here's Roth with it.
All by himself. The guys are changing.
I don't know if that's Roth or Rothy. What do you think on that one, Larry? I never did get the pronunciation for that
I wouldn't
one.
pronounce the E.
No, I think it's Roth. We'll try to get clarification on that. Want to get the pronunciations as right as we can, being this early in the season. Now Parrott shot, a save there by Vertese. He'll give it up to his
He has to be sharp. That come outside the blue line.
Yeah. Now here's Roth. Roth to Johnson, just out of the reach. Johnson, though, trying to get the puck back. Picked up by Perrone. Here's Bifolchi. Bifolchi's pass up to Binns. Noah Binns with it. Noah Binns with the shot. Sauer with the save. And big hit there. On number 5, Rieger, that was Hagen with the hit. A couple really nice checks.
Regan looks hurt. He looks like he got the wind knocked out of him.
He went in hard. Again, another legal hit. Now here's Binns with the shot. Save, rebound, and a goal.
Picked up the rebound. Big rebound come out to him.
And that's going to be Elliot Lake striking first. Number 89, Josh Bifolchi will get the goal with 7:50 to play in the first period. A few Elliot Lake fans here, they like that one, as the Wildcats lead by the score of 1-0.
It's got to be cool in here. My pen's freezing.
It's freezing in here. Want to say hello to the Schwab family watching in Pittsburgh and Chicago tonight.
I guess we won't get an announcement on that, eh?
No. Well, the microphone was working. It's just the speakers that are not. But we'll check the NOJHL. Oh, there we go.
Elliot Lake goal.
Oh, goodness.
That's his natural voice.
That's nothing to do with the bad sound.
Wildcats goal.
Heard you the first time, John.
Come on, John.
Now here's the Eagles with it. Shire with the shot. That's saved there by Vertese. It's starting to open up a bit. I don't know what's going on with John. He's having some issues down there. Now puck over along the far boards. Picked up at center ice by the Wildcats. That's Carr. Shire on him. Now picked up by Boulware. Boulware across the blue line. Drops it for Wood. Caleb Wood with the shot. Save by Vertese. Over along the far board. Shots 9-7 Eagles, but they trail 1-0. That goal should go to by Fulci, with one of the assists, I think, going to one of the mids. I think it was 62, but we may never know. At least this period. Blair with the puck. Now Blair gets up center ice. Strauss just off of his stick. Shot back in. Butcher with the puck over to Jensen. Now Jensen, is the player for Elliot Lake, falls down. Pass up to Strauss. Strauss with it behind the net. Tried to put it in front. Does. Rebound. Laid loose for a moment. Now Butcher keeps it in. He'll play it off the boards. Behind the net, Morich. Now along the near side, that's Mins. Mins with the puck. Taken away by the Wildcats. That's Daniels. Eagles get it back. Morich with it. Morich back to Blair with a shot.
There it is.
And a goal.
I think his own player. They're going to give that to Blair because I think one of the Wildcat players deflected in the net.
I think that was Daniels. Daniels, I think, deflected it, but you are correct, sir, as Blair with the initial shot. And the Eagles tie this game at 1, 5:57 to play in the first period. In soccer, they call those OG, Larry, own goals.
Own goals?
Yep, and that would definitely be it. So the Eagles have tied this game at 1.
Remember what we said all along? Shoot the puck, things happen, eh?
Good things happen indeed. When you shoot the puck, we get the call from Bob St. Peter.
No.
Soo Eagles goal.
John Botsbus.
Scored by number 7, Brandon Blair. Assist number 21, Riley Jensen. And number 4, Mickey Butcher. Time 5:57.
So we got that goal. We never did get the first goal. We'll check the website here or get that between periods. The Golden Toads of John Bosmus with that one. It's almost here, almost like Tony Bennett's on the mic doing that with the
No, don't go that
voice.
way.
Joe, he's watching you, Larry.
Who, Tony?
No, the bird dog.
Yeah, the bird
John
dog.
Bosmus.
I can run, but you can run, but you cannot hide. He stole that, you know that. That's
of course
not
he
his.
did. You think he's going to come up with that? Come on. Now here's the Eagles with it. Wood across the blue line. Wood with the puck. Behind the net to Dax. We're tied at 1. 4:50 to play in this first period. Is the action starting to heat up now? A little bit of a slower start to this game than we saw last night. Buckle on the near boards. Picked up by Hagen. Number 11 for the Wildcats. Hagen at center ice. Backhands the puck in. Picked up by Schwab. Schwab pass up ice to Lerman. Lerman across the blue line. Lost the puck. Now here's Daniels with it. On the near side boards, Wada. Back to Boyer. Fans on the shot. Keeps it in, though. Good job to just do that. Now Wada. Behind the net to Lerman. Tried to put it in front, but nobody was there. Now back to the point. Boyer keeps it in again. Lerman behind the net. Good shift for these guys. Now shot. Tried to be shooting out
that's
there.
That's a glove ahead. Face off the outside. Pass. A glove pass. I'll get it out of here yet. In the offensive zone. Rob, you're back. Okay, would you got this thing going yet? No? Well, your son was doing a good job on the camera. You know, you could have kept on working on
Good
that.
thing he has a lot of kids. He'd never get anything done around here. You got horned offspring all over the place. Maybe some we don't even know about. Now here's Strauss with it. That shot that goes wide. Just kidding, Rob. Kind of. He's a UPS guy.
Is that a 3 or is that a 0?
Back to hockey is Jensen along the near side boards to Blair. Blair behind the net. Over to, that's number 22, Morich. Now a shot, save, rebound, puck loose,
and net
back
off.
to the point. That goes off the moorings as Morich kind of went into the net. And so that should keep the face off. And a nice job there by Morich to give the goaltender a tap, saying, hey, that wasn't any ill intent there. I just kind of got pushed into you.
Yep. How hard of a tap, though.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, exactly.
That's like in baseball when they try to pick a guy off first base all the time. First baseman, give him a good smack with that. You let him know.
Sioux Greyhounds leading North Bay, Larry, 1-0. That one late in the first period at the GFL Memorial Gardens.
Yes, sir. You got it right.
That's right. Green for life. Now chance in front, a shot by Johnson. That deflects wide.
Or good for life, eh?
That could be too. Hopefully they go hand in hand. Now the Eagles with it. Lamberti lost the puck. Picked up by Perone. Now taken away by Lamberti. Johnson just offside. And we'll have a face-off outside the Wildcats' blue line with 3:03 to play in this first period, tied at 1 goal apiece.
Shots 11-7 now in favor of the Eagles. That's like in the crap table, eh?
That is 7-11.
Or the confectionery store.
That's right. None of the UP, I might add. For those that are new to the broadcast, UP is the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Parrott with the puck at the blue line. Gets it over to Lamberti. Lamberti lost the puck to Lannon. Now the Wildcats with it. At center ice by Fulci. He scored the first Elliot Lake goal. We'll try to get the full goal as far as the assist on that one. I don't know if that's been up.
Oh, look at
and
that!
Goal!
Roth, beautiful shot. Whoa! He caught the crossbar and the goal post on the glove side or stick side. Woo!
That's how you shoot the puck right there, Larry. As that was Praisner, I believe, that shot it.
Roth. 12 or what am I?
What the heck
I said Roth. What am I saying? Roth. 16. I said Roth. Maybe I'm wrong. I know. Beautiful shot.
We'll get the call from John Bosbus. I was looking to see if we got the total on the first goal, but the Eagles score. It's 2-1. We'll get the call from John Bosbus.
Eagles goal.
Oof. Throat lodges usually help. Now a shot and a save there by Vertese. And here come the Wildcats 2-on-1. Actually, it's a 1-on-1. The Wildcats player falls down. Hooker shot. Goes behind the net. Sticked aside there by Sauer. We don't know who scored the goal. John was there for a moment, but he's watching the play now. It's a comedy of errors on the mics tonight, isn't it?
Yep.
Probably us too. Now here's Dido. He'll shoot it in. Parrott with the puck. Minute 35 to play. I can blame it on the Dayquil, though, for myself. Or was it NyQuil? I can't remember.
NyQuil.
It's the dark ones. Is that NyQuil?
I don't know. I don't take those. I try and stay healthy.
Yeah, I love getting sick, Larry. That's my whole thing. Is I try to catch colds.
Yeah.
Now Daniels with it behind the net. Minute 10 to play in the first period. Took a little while for this one to get going, but the Eagles have scored the last 2 goals. They lead by the score of 2-1. Shots 13-7 Eagles so far in this first period. Now here's Dax with it. Dax, nice move. Dax with a shot. And a save there by Vertese. Nice individual effort by Mr. Dax.
His father and his uncle were here last night. I don't know. I haven't seen him tonight, so he's put on a nice show too.
45 seconds left in this first period. No penalties yet, Larry, knock on wood.
You're right.
We're not talking Caleb. That shot goes behind the net. As I say that, Larry, speaking of knocking on wood, I think we had some, the old days, that would have been wood that was broken. That stick sawed in two. Hey.
I missed it.
A broken stick, Larry.
Yeah, it's Fix Your Stick.
Are we still good with the fixyourstick.com? The IRS hasn't caught up to him yet? I'm just kidding. Got to watch out for those guys.
My paperwork's all over there, and I'm attached to this mic.
We're talking.
We'll get it in the second period.
Yeah, maybe not a good idea to joke about the IRS on a broadcast. That never could help. You guys have Canadian like IRS over there?
Revenue Canada.
Oh, is that what they are?
Yeah.
Okay. And looks like it's going to be a 5-minute major, Larry.
Wow.
I didn't see what happened.
Neither
It was
did
kind
I.
of out of our way. And Richard Boulware will get the gate. And
That
so
hurts.
It's a 5-minute major.
That definitely hurt.
And so the Eagles will be down one defenseman here for the rest of this game.
Can we do a replay here? Or,
Well, you
or-
can
or
actually
rewind?
on Hockey TV. If you utilize the rewind feature, maybe one of those that has tweeted me can take a look at that maybe after this period. Let us know, or we can actually take a look at it here as well.
Pardon? Oh, behind the play. Oh.
Well, there was a stick that broke. We saw that.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a good advantage point up here for 7/8 of the rink here.
Right.
And right down below us and right across the whole section down here we can't see.
So that'll bring the face-off into the Eagles' end with 34 seconds to play in this first period. Eagles lead 2-1, but they're going to have to kill off a 5-minute power play, which will extend into the early portion of the second period.
This is an opportunity for the Wildcats. I mean, usually when you get a 2-minute minor at the end of a period, it doesn't go too well at the beginning of the next period. But here they'll have 4.5 minutes to work on it.
So Elliot Lake with the puck, 15 seconds to play in the first. Passing over to Lannon. Now Lannon over to Perrone. Now a quick shot to save there, Sauer, and he'll hold with 9.4 seconds remaining here in the first period. Shots 14-9 in favor of the Eagles.
Sauer played it smart there. He was right on the ball. He's outside the blue, and he cut the angle down nicely. No rebound for the guy that was the Elliot Lake player that was in front.
Now here's the Wildcats with it, looking for a shot. 5 seconds. Player gets knocked down. 3. And after one period of play, the Eagles with a 2-1 lead over the Elliot Lake Wildcats. Larry and I will be back for the second period here on Hockey TV. Welcome back to Puller Stadium on this Saturday night in downtown Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. Scott Nason, Larry Pozzebon broadcasting from Puller Stadium. I think I already said that, didn't I?
Yeah.
I'm repeating myself. Our score after one period of play, Larry, the Soo Eagles lead the Elliot Lake Wildcats, by a 2-1 count. Before we recap the scoring, give us your thoughts on the first period, sir.
Nice. I mean, it was fast hockey. One nice goal, and I think the other two, one for each team, were gimmies. So, but they all count anyways. But it was a good first period. There was a lot of hitting, some good heavy hitting, and like I say, some action. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the first period. I don't know about anybody else around here or upstairs or at home or wherever, but it was good.
I don't know if our sound people enjoyed the first period too much, Larry, but I agree. It was a good period of hockey. And let's recap the scoring. Because of the sound issues, we haven't gotten a lot of these goals as far as who scored and the assist. The first goal was scored by Elliot Lake at the 12:10 mark of the second period as number 89, Josh Bifolchi, gets the goal with an assist from Caleb Minns to make it 1-0 in favor of the Wildcats. The Eagles would get on the board at the 14:03 mark as Brendan Blair scored. It actually deflected off of one of the Elliot Lake players, but Blair gets credit for the goal with assists from Riley Jensen and Mikey Butcher to make it 1-1. And then the Eagles would take the lead at the 17:31 mark of the period as number 16 for the Eagles, Lucas Roth. You said it, Larry. You were right. That was a howitzer that just went up in under the crossbar, just inside the post, with an assist from Zach Johnson. And that's where we sit right now. The Soo Eagles lead the Elliot Lake Wildcats by a 2-1 count. Shots on goal in that first period, 14 for the Eagles and 9 for the Elliot Lake Wildcats. Out-of-town scoreboard, Hearst continuing to lead Powassan now in the second period by a 1-0 count. Also in the second period, Espanola and French River tied at 1. That one has about 15 minutes to play in the period. Timmins still leading Rayside Balfour by a 1-0 count, and Kirkland Lake and Cochrane scoreless in the second period. So lots of games, Larry, but not a whole lot of goals. Actually, the most goals are in this one. It's 2-1.
Yeah, you're right.
Soo Greyhounds playing at home tonight against North Bay. They lead the battalion by a 2-0 count after one period of play at the Memorial Gardens in Soo, Ontario. Alex Johnson and Zach Trott, the goal scorers for the Soo Greyhounds. Matthew Villalta back on the team after his training camp in Los Angeles. He is in net tonight for the Hounds. This Hounds team, Larry, a lot of talent, a lot of draft picks, many of them playing. Villalta, a third-round draft pick for the Kings, but, a lot of people still have a little knock on him.
I'm still, he's not consistent. He said that he's got to be more consistent. He said he was going to do that last year. He may have been when they were on that 30-game win streak, but after that, coming to playoffs, he wasn't. And that's where you got to be consistent. You got to stand tall in the playoffs, no matter what position you're playing. But goaltending is very, very important.
So the Eagles will be shorthanded here for the first 4 minutes and 26 seconds as the penalty was on Boulware. Now it's a 5-minute, but Larry,
nobody knows.
Nobody knows as far as that. One of our viewers for back home, Don, actually was saying that he thought when he watched the replay, it looked like that the player broke his stick and then threw the broken stick at the Elliot Lake player. We did see a stick break.
Right.
We knew Boulware was somehow involved, but he definitely has 5. So we'll see if he comes back out. But Elliot Lake will have
He's in the penalty box.
Oh, okay. Well,
just
I guess
went in
he is
there.
out. Yeah, there you go. Well, there you go, Larry.
He's not back then.
Well, what are you talking about?
I don't know. I didn't. I got to lean over here so I can fall over. I just saw somebody go in the penalty box, and I've been told he's got 5. How come he's back in the game? So I was just going by that.
Well, hopefully we at least have our mic set up with John Bosmus, because who doesn't want to hear that voice every night? Again, blame it on the cold medicine, Larry. So here we go.
Where's Bob?
Yeah, really. All right, so here we go. Eagles shorthanded to start this second period. They'll shoot it down the ice. Wildcats have it, trailing by 1. By Fulci, cross the blue line. He scored the only Elliot Lake goal so far tonight. Now by Fulci, as the Wildcats try to set it up, and they'll shoot it down the ice, the Eagles. Vertese behind the net. Now the Wildcats with it. Daniels.
Oh, look at this break.
Now here's Lerman with it. Lerman with the puck. Back to Butcher, his shot. Glove there by Vertese, and he'll hold. And it's a good penalty kill so far for the Eagles.
3:42 left in that power play for the Wildcats. Eagles make a line change now after that whistle. We got Lamberti at the face-off circle, with Jensen on his wing.
Face-off controlled by the Wildcats. Lannon gets it over to Perrone. Now behind the net, Lamberti tried to steal it.
He does.
Lamberti, good short-handed work here for the Eagles. He gets knocked down. Lamberti still 3 players on him. He's fighting hard out there. Now here's Minns with it across the blue line. Minns with the puck. Over to Perrone. Back to Minns. Perrone at the blue line. Slides it over to Lannon. Back to Perrone. Over to Lannon. Lannon now. Over to Minns. Back to Lannon. 3 minutes left on the power play. Lannon still has it. Over to Perrone. His shot. Gloved nicely there by Sauer. He saw that one all the way and makes the save.
A lot of passing by the Wildcats, but that's the first shot they've had. So the Eagles are doing a good job controlling their power play.
Larry, later on this period, we're going to play our favorite game, Guess the Attendance, as you will be putting up a guess tonight as far as how many people you think are here in attendance. Myself and those on Twitter can play, and we'll talk more about that here. We get to the halfway mark of this period. Now a shot. Sauer again makes the save. Shots now 15-11 in favor of the Eagles. Eagles will be in action tomorrow afternoon at the Blind River Community Coliseum. taking on the Beavers at 2 o'clock. You can catch that one on Hockey TV. Now a shot that goes wide by Perone as the Eagles get that to center ice. Now Perone with the puck at center ice. Nice pass up to Caleb Mins. Now Mins. Blair on him. Nice job by Blair. Mins battling Blair. Now puck loose. Taylor shot, and Sauer again with that glove, making that look rather easy, which it's not.
He's alert down there. That's good. Just a turnover by the Eagles there. They're the bouncing puck, and Sauer made the save.
One of our viewers watched that penalty again. Larry says the Eagles player broke his stick by slashing the Elliot Lake player on his leg. He then took the handle of the broken stick and threw it in the direction of the same player. Not sure if it hit him. It was a brutal slash. He two-handed him. So if that's what happened indeed, which I have no doubt it was what happened, then that probably was the right call. Now puck at center ice. Taken there by Daniels. Daniels, he gets knocked down. Still a minute 50 left on the power play. By Fulci across the blue line. By Fulci with it. Back to Daniels. Taken away by the Eagles. Here's Dax. Dax one-on-one. Dax with the puck. Dax with the move. But a nice job there by Hagen to neatly kick that puck away from Dax. Here's Hagen across the blue line. Hagen going to the net. Shot, save there by Sauer. Rebound picked up by Daniels. Elliot Lake with the puck. Daniels over Hagen, shot, a weak one, and that one easily taken away by the Eagles and shot down the ice.
Eagles are trying to make a change, but they better hurry.
Now here's by Fulci, cross the blue line. By Fulci with it, plays it over along the boards.
Nice chip
to center.
Picked
up by Andrulli, yep. Here's Andrulli across the blue line. His shot saves Sauer. Still 55 seconds left on the Wildcats power play. Puck in front, taken away by the Eagles. And they can't clear it, though. Daniels keeps it in. Taylor for the Wildcats. Along the near boards. Taylor with it. Behind the net. That's Mins. 40 seconds left on the power play. Mins over along the far boards, moving in. Now centering chance. That one shot wide. That's Maltby in on the boards. Now Daniels over to Maltby.
22 seconds.
Maltby, rink wide pass. Over to Perone. Now Perone at the blue line over to Daniels. Reverses course. Now Daniels passes far side. Shot. That one misses the net. Goes right back to Daniels. 10 seconds left on the power play. Daniels over to Perone. Back to Daniels. Daniels winds, fires. That one hits Lamberti's skate, and the Eagles kill off the 5-minute power play for the Wildcats.
Excellent job.
Shots now 15-14 in favor of the Eagles. Mins with it for Elliot Lake, puts it in front. That one goes through the slot over to Lamberti. Now puck taken by the Eagles. Butcher now at center ice. Butcher passes it over. Here's a chance, a shot, and a save on the one by Morich. And that one shot down the ice, and we're going to have an icing call with 15:02 to play in this second period. Still 2-1 in favor of the Soo Eagles.
Good job by the Eagles there to kill off that 5-minute major. It got a little tense at the last minute there where the Wildcats were starting to control the puck and getting some opportunities, which they didn't get in the first 3 minutes of that power play, or first 4 minutes.
Face-off controlled by the Eagles. Along the near boards, that's Praisner. Now Praisner comes up with the puck. Goes in the air, Blair gloves it down. Along the far boards, now shot back into the Eagle zone. Eagles with the win tonight would move into a first-place tie with the Thunderbirds in Blind River with 8 points. The Thunderbirds have only played 4 games. They'll be in action tomorrow night. They'll host Elliot Lake tomorrow night, while Blind River will host this Eagles team tomorrow afternoon. Lannon with the puck. Now Lannon tried to play it off the back of the net. That didn't work out too well. Praisner takes it. Praisner gets it over. Now here's the Wildcats with the puck at center ice. Quick shot, saved there by Sauer. Eagles can't clear it. That one shot behind the net, picked up by Parrott. Now the Wildcats with some pressure. Elliot Lake with the puck. Puck taken by the Eagles. Praisner gets it over to Wood. Caleb Wood, number 12. He had a pair of goals last night in the game. Parrott crossed the blue line. His shot saved by Vertese. Puck along the near boards. Now over the far side. Butcher can't keep that puck in. That one's going to trickle down the ice. Going to be a little too slow for icing as Schwab catches up to it. Now Wood with the puck. Wood waiting. Passes it over to Morich. Morich and Wood for the Eagles on the near side. Now Jensen over there for the home team. Jensen and Morich still fighting for that puck. Now Morich comes up with it back to the point. Butcher, his shot. That one's blocked by the Wildcats player. And that'll be an icing call with 12:54 to play in this second period. If you want to hear more Soo Eagles action, you can find the audio podcast of our hockey TV broadcast on my sports page, thegamesportshow.podbean.com. We put last night's game up there. We'll also put tonight's game up there, probably tomorrow morning. So if you are maybe at the game and want to relive all the action or just want to keep it for the archives, you can do so by going to thegamesportshow.podbean.com. Best part, Larry, free of charge. Wow. We don't charge you anything.
Good.
Maybe we should. Nah.
Residuals?
Something like that. Those could be cashed in at the Alpha.
At the Alpha?
After many games as far as that. Or whatever bar is sponsoring us. Now here's Dado with it. Over. Chance shot. I don't know if Sauer got a piece of that one or what.
I think he may have.
Now another shot. He definitely got a piece of that one. Save, rebound, and a goal!
19 scored.
Lannon with the rifle shot. Sauer made a couple big saves, but the Wildcats have tied it at 2 with 12:11 to play in the second period. Nice shot by Lannon. As Sauer really didn't have a whole lot of chance on that one.
No.
He made a couple nice saves, but wasn't able to save that last one. And so we're tied at 2 shots, 17 apiece. And we'll see if we can get the call from Mr. Bosbus.
Wildcats goal.
Jeez.
Elliot Lake goal.
Okay.
Yep, it was an Elliot Lake goal, John. Thank you very much.
The Wildcats.
That's why. You just want to make sure the fans knew that was a goal by Elliot Lake.
We don't know who, but yes, actually we do know who.
We know. We got that one.
We got that one.
Oh, here we go.
Scored by number 19.
All right.
Brett Lavin. Assist number 94. David Deal. And number 28, Tyler Hooker. The time, 12:11.
Thanks, John. We got the 3 people involved in that goal as we're tied at 2.
Oh, yeah.
Now puck at the Wildcats end. 11:35 to play in the second period. 2-2 tie. Rieger just off out of the reach of Dax. That one shot down the ice. Daniels with it. Daniels with the puck for the Wildcats. Cross the blue line. Now Daniels waits, gets it, shot. That one hits the side of the net. Burkhoff with the chance for the Wildcats as they've really picked it up here in the second period. Now here's Maltby with it. Over to Burkhoff. Save, rebound, goal!
Get that rebound again. That's 2 rebounds that turned into goals.
So Elliot Lake scores another one. Big rebound given up and a goal. That one looks like it's going to go to number 13, Connor Taylor. Give Taylor the goal. Get Elliot Lake a 3-2 lead with 11:06 to play here in this second period. My, how quickly things can change, Larry.
You bet, yeah. Now this is the Elliot Lake that we've seen the last couple of years coming into this rink here.
You thought maybe after the 5-minute power play was unsuccessful, maybe the Eagles would get some momentum.
Yeah.
Scored by number 13, Connor Taylor. Assist number 7, Dustin Burkhoff. And number 16, Andrew Maltby. The time, 11:06.
So there you have it. Another Elliot Lake goal, 3-2. Wildcats lead with 10:40 to play in this second period. Elliot Lake, now they want more. At center ice, here's Fulci, excuse me. Now shot back to center. Hagen gloves it down. Shire with it. At center ice, that one's going to go way into the crowd. So, Larry, this is the time where you might want to start thinking about putting up a guess for our Guess the Attendance as far as how many people you think are here at Chili Puller Stadium. Larry, do you have a guess or you need another whistle?
I got a number.
All right. What is that number, sir?
Do you want to hear it?
I want to hear it right now.
472.
472, says Larry.
Oh, we better mark that down.
So Larry says 472. We'll say higher or lower. Again, tweet me, SNason2013. Think it's higher, think it's lower. Want to put a guess out there? We'd love to hear from you. Larry won last night. I don't want to get down 0-2 in the series early. Now here's Androli with it. Oh, Blair crunches the Elliot Lake player, and that's going to be offside. Larry, I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm not going to think about it. I'm going to say lower.
Lower?
I'm going to say lower.
Okay.
It's a good guess, by the way.
Drum roll. Okay. Everybody's on pins and needles now, on this. Got to wait more than 10 minutes anyways.
Face off outside the blue line. Won by the Wildcats. Now here's Dax with it. Dax plays it high off the glass. Over to Daniels. Daniels with the puck. Now Taylor, look out. That's going to go into the... Oh, almost hit John Bosmus there. No, he did. He was... Oh, yeah, that one went right to our scorer's table there. We don't want him knocked out of the game.
Well, then again.
Now, wait a minute, Larry.
Time. This immediate timeout, just in time. There we go.
Immediate timeout, Larry, with 9:38 to play here in the second period. 3-2 in favor of the Elliot Lake Wildcats. So we're at the halfway point of this one. Pozzebon, Mr. Larry Pozzebon, your thoughts on the game so far?
Well, good comeback by the Wildcats. They didn't do anything on that 5-minute power play, and then they picked up 2 goals within 2 minutes of each other. So the rebound, the rebounds have been killing the Eagles tonight now. The first goal that the Wildcats scored was on a rebound, and now this third goal was a rebound. He's got to control those. But give credit due where credit goes. Wildcats are right there waiting for that rebound. They're learning to watch this guy and what he does.
Out-of-town scoreboard, Larry. Hurst still leading Powassan 1-0. That one very late in the second period up in Hurst. A 2-2 tie in French River between Espanola and the Rapids. If you have a chance to watch Hockey TV, if it's the same guy that was doing the game last week, and I say guy, the same young man that was doing the game, you got to check him out. Turn it over and add intermission if you have a chance. He's great to listen to. Timmins leading Rayside Balfour 1-0 in the second period, and it's a 1-1 tie between the Cochrane Crunch and the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners. Now face-off won by the Eagles. Shot goes wide. Rebound. Another shot blocked as the Wildcats have it. Now Elliot Lake with it at center ice. Shots 19 apiece. Eagles led 2-1 after one. Elliot Lake has scored twice here in the second period. Now here's the Eagles with it. Quick shot. Saved there by Sauer. Rebound goes to the Eagles. As they'll try to clear it out of the zone. They do. But they don't get the puck. Picked up by the Wildcats, and that one goes off the high glass and down the ice. Under 9 minutes to play in this second period. Nice pass off the stick of Dax. Goes to center ice. Perone. Schwab with it. Schwab over to Blair. Now Blair's
That's
pass
a deflection.
deflected.
No icing.
No icing. All sorts of players on the ice now. Androli with the puck at center ice. Androli shoots it in. Picked up by Butcher. Here come the Eagles. Butcher with it. Off the stick, and that one's going to go almost off the netting. Hits the high glass. Over to Lannon. He gets roughed up a bit. Now the Eagles can't keep it in the zone. Could be a 2-on-1. Nice job by Strauss. Get it at center ice. He'll shoot it in. He gets knocked down, and that's going to be a penalty. Eagles are going to go on their first power play here.
The only thing I can call is cross-checking. He's going to call on that one.
So Eagles now with the empty net as they await the penalty. Ringer with the shot, and a save there by Vertese, but the Eagles will go on the power play with 7:54 to play.
Oh, he called slashing.
In the second period, rather.
Slashing, cross-checking, just go in there, that's all. He said, I didn't slash him. Wow. That's what you're getting called on, you know. You hit him from behind.
Shots on goal, 20 apiece here.
The pace is picked up here in the last couple of minutes.
We'll see if John has the penalty call.
Wildcats.
Yep, it's the Wildcats.
Wildcats penalty. Number 94, David Dio. 2 minutes for slashing.
So slashing the call on it, Dito. Eagles on their first power play. And that one's going to be sticked at the blue line by Blair. Goes to center. Butcher with it in his own zone. Off the boards to Wood. Caleb Wood with it. Now Wood with it. Centering chance. Broken up by Perone. Back to Blair. Blair at the blue line. Over to Butcher. Near side Wood. Praisner leaves it to Wood. Now Blair. Back to Morich. Now Morich with a shot. Save there by Vertese. He saw that one all the way, Larry, and makes the save.
I thought he was going into the corner to Roth, but he didn't.
Good to see it cross the way, Larry. I don't know if you see him, but if you look at the top there where the one Eagles, dressing room number 2, as you see at the top, Jake Saxton up there, former Eagles captain last year, sitting atop. I saw him earlier today.
No, I don't see where.
I'll see dressing room 2.
Oh, dressing room 2, right up there. Yeah. Okay.
Now back to Schwab. Schwab over to Strauss. Now back to Schwab. His shot saved there by Vertese. He's getting some chances here on the power play.
He saw it all the way, though. There's nobody out there screening. Guys are coming after the shot. The guys are coming in looking for a rebound. But you're not going to get a rebound when the goalie can see it all the way. Catch it with his glove or catch it in his chest protector.
Our next home game here at the Polaire will be a week from tonight against the Soo Thunderbirds. Border battle
Eagles
round 2.
Win this face-off, too.
Blair and I will be here next Saturday with the call for that one. Eagles will be on the road tomorrow afternoon. Schwab over Parrott. Back to Schwab. On the near side, it's Morich. Morich back to Schwab. His shot. Save again. That's going to be a penalty
to the Eagles, yes.
That's going to be goaltender interference. And so that's going to negate that power play. As Strauss doesn't like the call, Larry, but there was contact, and the goaltender was out of that crease. So they're going to call that one.
Interference.
Yeah. So 4-on-4 hockey for 38 seconds before Elliot Lake will go on their second power play. 6:31 to play here in this second period. 3-2 Elliot Lake. We'll have more about this game and the world of sports locally, regionally, and nationally on our sports show, The Game, which you can hear on Eagle 95.1 WUPN, or go to the podcast page, thegamesportshow.podbean.com. We'll be talking a lot about this series, no doubt. We're going to hear the penalty, but that's going to be interference on Strauss. There's John. Here's a chance.
Soo Eagles penalty.
Sounds like me.
Soo Eagles.
Might want to do that before you turn on the microphone, John. Just a little advice. Here's Butcher with it. Well, it's on Strauss. We're just going to turn him off. We don't need to hear him. Now here's Butcher. Up to Lamberti. He loses the puck along the boards. You like that one, Larry? Just going to turn him off.
Shut him down.
That's right. Shut him down. Now a shot. Save there.
Save.
Rebound.
Rebound again.
And Sauer. A couple good opportunities by Hagen. And Sauer makes the save as Elliot Lake really controlling the second period, Larry.
Yeah. Oh, Sauer's helping him, giving him those rebounds.
Yeah. 5:43 to play in this second period. We'll have a chance to look at the Ontario Hockey League scoreboard. We haven't had an update there. Wow, Soo Greyhounds putting it on North Bay right now, Larry. Halfway through that game, 4-0 Hounds. As now you have Alex Johnson with 2 goals, Zach Trott with 1, as well Morgan Frost.
Oh, Frost, good for him.
Yep.
He's a returning player.
Now we're going to have a penalty, Larry, and I think this one's going to go against Elliot Lake, an
Interference.
elbow interference call.
Yeah.
And so more 4-on-4 hockey.
I think he was pulling. He pulled a pick, as in basketball.
Yeah. So we'll go back to 4-on-4 hockey.
So the Eagles will have a 57-second power play once this 4-on-4 is over. That's me or you breathing on the mic?
Not me.
No?
Maybe it's me. Maybe it's my nose. So maybe it's we still have John. John's breathing heavily. Breathing heavily down there. Gotta remember, I'm kind of.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure if it was me or not. I keep moving my mic around. Not to give the sound effects of winter or wind blowing like we had last night.
Just my nose wheezing, I think, tonight. Struggling mightily on the call, if you haven't noticed.
I'm not paying attention
I
to you.
appreciate that. Yeah, thanhanks, Larry. You're going to see nothing's changed over these 9 years. Puck behind the net in the Elliot Lake zone. 4-on-4 hockey. The Eagles will get about a minute power play coming up here.
Whoa.
Now the Eagles.
Oh, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Oh, yeah. Here you go. One. And he retaliated and he got caught. And that's the old.
We've seen it how many times, Larry? It happens in all sports.
Come on.
Now we'll have a 4-on-3 for 10 seconds, and then we'll be back to 4-on-4 for about a minute, and then another power play. So
for 53 seconds.
It's a little complicated there as far as the math.
Not for us.
Yeah.
I've been calling them right here. John might have a problem down there.
Yes, indeed. 4-on-3. You don't see that too often. We'll see it for about 10 seconds.
Yep.
Now a chance in front for the Wildcats. Back to the point. Carr, his shot. Sauer with the save. Another rebound he gives up, and that'll be shot down the ice. So that'll make it 4-on-4 hockey for about a minute. 3-2 in favor of Elliot Lake. 4:20 to play in this second period. By Fulci with the puck. He scored the first Elliot Lake goal tonight. Now Butcher had it poke checked away. Blair chases it. Blair with the puck, now loses it. Shots on goal, 23 apiece right now with 4 minutes to play. Now a shot goes wide. Fast rebound there.
Yeah.
Good job by the Eagles to break that play up. Now puck along the end boards, picked up by Blair. Here's Shire. Shire at center ice, cross the blue line. Shire, nice move, but he ran right into by Fulci. Now Carr. Carr with the puck at center ice. Carr, shot, trickles through, saved by Sauer, and he'll hold with 3:32 to play in the third period. Chance to look at the scoreboards. After 2 periods of play, Hearst still leading Powassan 1-0. After 2 at French River, it's Espanola and French River tied at 2. Late second period, 2-2 tie, Rayside, Balfour, and Timmins. Late second period, 1-1 tie between Cochrane and Kirkland Lake. So you have 3 games, Larry, tied. 2
Soo
other
Eagles
games.
Penalty.
Okay, John. Better late than never, I guess. 2 other games, 1-goal games, including this one. Now, shot there, save, rebound. Puck still loose. Sauer slow to get up. Now here's another chance, a shot, save, rebound.
There it is.
And a goal. That's Taylor.
I don't think he gave a rebound that time. I think he hit somebody in front of the net.
Yeah, you're right. That's Taylor with the goal.
Power play goal, too.
The third goal in this second period. It has not been the period the Eagles thought, and we're going to see a goaltending change here, Larry.
Yep.
As it looks like Sauer, who had a good first period, but had some struggles here in the second and given up some rebounds, and it looks like he's going to be replaced as number 31, Joseph Benedetto, will come in for Mr. Sauer with 3:13 to play in this second period. The tables have been turned. Elliot Lake now leads by 2. That should be Taylor's second goal, I believe, Larry. He got the last one, didn't he?
Number 13?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Let's see if John can give us the goal call. If we don't get it, we'll get it between periods. Larry,
I'll hustle down there.
he does. He works hard. Works hard for the money, so you better treat him right. Right?
Yeah, working hard for the money.
Right. Yes,
What song is that? Who sings
that's
that one?
Donna Summer, if I'm not mistaken. So now Blair. 2:40 to play here in the second period. Eagles want to try to get at least one back here. And it has not been their period.
No, it hasn't.
Started off killing off 4.5 minutes of a 5-minute major, and you thought at that point they'd really start to pick it up, but hasn't turned out that way. Credit Elliot Lake. Now here's Daniels with it. He'll shoot it. Stopped by Benedetto. Now the Eagles with the puck. Rigger over on the far side boards, picked up by Taylor. Taylor with it. Taylor still has the puck. Now Taylor, nice little move there, puts it in front. And boy, has Taylor had a nice second period for Elliot Lake.
Oh, he's hot, eh?
Connor Taylor, number 13 for the Wildcats. Scored the third goal. We think he scored the last goal, but we haven't heard. So, Larry, you guessed 472 as far as our attendance, and we only had myself and Don that said lower. So you're on an island by yourself, my friend. Let's see what happens here.
I was last night on an island by myself.
Now here's Johnson at center ice for the Eagles. Had that taken away. Johnson along the far boards. Johnson to Boric. Now here's Schwab. Oh, boy.
I thought that was
so
offside.
did I. And there we go. We're going to have a penalty, Larry, and I think that one's going to be on
Holding.
Elliot Lake. Yep. And so the Eagles will go on the power play. Minute 24 to play here in this second period. And, boy, they could use one on the power play to go into the breakdown one.
You're right there.
Face off to the left of Vertese. Eagles win the face off. Lamberti back to Schwab. Now Schwab gets it over to Praisner. Lamberti back to Schwab. Over to Blair. Now Blair back to Schwab. His shot hits a player in front. Eagles control the rebound. Caleb Wood. Just out of the reach of Blair. That one goes down the ice. 1 minute left in this second period. This power play will extend to the third if the Eagles don't score here in the last 50 seconds. Back to Caleb Wood. Caleb Wood, nice pass over to Praisner. Praisner to Wood. Back to Praisner. 40 seconds. Over to Wood in the slot. Wood with the shot.
Right there.
And a goal!
That guy loves to score, eh?
Caleb Wood found himself open in the slot on the power play, and another nice nifty snapshot. His third goal of the weekend, and we said it, Larry, be good for the Eagles to get a goal here on the power play to head into the breakdown one. Well, they trail by one right now, 4-3 with 38.9 seconds remaining in the second period.
Yeah.
Soo Eagles goal.
We can't help it, folks.
It's too easy.
Yeah.
I think we're getting more laughs than at the Larry the Cable
Larry
Guy.
the Cable Guy, yeah.
Well, Soo Eagles scored there. We'll get the goals and the assists coming up to start the third period. But that one definitely goes to Caleb Wood.
Yes, sir.
I think he might have given Blair maybe an assist. I couldn't quite remember.
I think maybe Schwab might get one. Yeah.
We'll just have to see. 17.7 seconds remaining here in this second period. 4-3 in favor of Elliot Lake with 10 seconds to play So Eagles led by 1, 2-1 heading into this period. And they're going to end this period trailing by 1, but they get the late goal to maybe get some momentum. Our score at the end of 2, 4-3 Elliot Lake. Larry and I will be back for the third period. Don't go anywhere on Hockey TV. Scott Nason and Larry Pozzebon back at Polar Stadium getting ready for the third period of play between the Soo Eagles and the Elliot Lake Wildcats. The Wildcats, the visitors, with a 4-3 lead over the Soo Eagles as we enter the third period. Larry, before we get to the recap of the scoring in the second period, give us your thoughts in the second period and game so far tonight.
Well, I have to say one thing. First, I'll go with the Eagle goaltending. Too many rebounds. That's why the Eagles are behind the 8 ball here now. Give credit, though, to the Wildcats because they were there waiting for the rebounds, and they capitalized on it. It was a good second period. But first of all, the Eagles kill off a 5-minute major penalty. But you have to look at it also. There's guys who've been sitting on the bench because not everybody's playing on a regular turn. So when you got a 5-minute major, guys are sitting out. You got a few other guys that are playing. And you got to get back into the rhythm of the game. So the Eagles didn't get back in the rhythm of the game. Meanwhile, the Wildcats were in the rhythm, and they turned around and scored 3 goals in that third period, 2 back-to-back within 2 minutes. And then the Eagles they put one on the board after the Wildcats had gotten a third goal, so they put themselves back in the game. It was a good game. It's been a good period, really. The second period has been the best period out of the 2 so far tonight. A lot of action. Again, we saw the action by goaltending change, scoring on rebounds, scoring on good shots, killing off a 5-minute major. It was a good period of hockey to be watching.
Larry, in the second period, you questioned as far as the breathing, thinking it was you. It's definitely me because I can hear it now because I can't breathe it all out of my nose. So you hear that. That's out of my mouth, just for the record there. I'll do my best to try to curtail that, but I have nothing going on with the whole nostril thing. I already have a nasally enough voice. When this happened, it's even worse. Let's get to the scoring. The Eagles led 2-1 after 1 before Elliot Lake would score the next 3 goals at the 7:49 mark of the second period. Brett Lannon scored with assists from David Dado and number 28 Tyler Hooker to tie the game at 2. Elliot Lake would go up 3-2 at the 9:54 mark of the second period. Connor Taylor with an assist from Dustin Burkhoff and number 16 Andrew Maltby. That made it 3-2 Elliot Lake. They would make it 4-2 on the power play at the 16:47 mark of the second period. Connor Taylor, his second of the period, with assists from number 44 Mark Perrone and number 62 Noah Minns. And it was 4-2 Elliot Lake. We thought maybe they would carry that lead into the third period, but the Eagles would get a late power play and would capitalize as Caleb Wood scored at the 19:22 mark with an assist from number 18 Rafe Praisner. And that's where we sit right now, Larry. 4-3 Elliot Lake after 2 shots on goal. 26-25 in favor of the Wildcats. And out-of-town scoreboard, Larry, as we have 4 other games going on in the NOJHL, and these games are in the third period. And Powassan has gone up on Hearst 2-1 midway through the third period. Powassan still undefeated so far this year. Espanola and French River tied at 2, that one midway through the third period. Good news for both these teams. Rayside Balfour now trails at Timmins 3-2 with 15 minutes to play in the third. And Kirkland Lake up on Cochrane 3-1. That one in the third period. So we could have all these games end before this one. So we should have a lot of final scores around the league, Larry.
Yeah, we started late because of no sound, and they were right to do the national anthem and the announcing of the players come on the ice. So that's why we're going to be behind these games. So, hey, that's good. Then we'll find out where we stand without having to wait for the schedule or the standings to be shown later tonight or tomorrow.
I want to say one more hello to Brenda Blair's mom and sister, Carla and Lauren, watching from St. Louis. Again, thanks to all the folks that tweeted us tonight on Twitter. So here we go. Third period underway at Polar Stadium. Eagles with the puck, trailing by 1. They led 1-0 and 2-1 in this one. For Elliot Lake would score 3 goals in that second period. The Eagles got one back late in the period. And so here we go for the third. With the win tonight, 2 points, Eagles would move into a tie for first place. Again, very, very early in the season, but hey, you like to say you're in first place at any point in the season.
Yeah, it always looks good.
Now here's the Eagles with it. Shot at the point, and a save there by Vertese. He'll hold.
Good pressure by the Eagles to start off this third period, and they get a shot on goal also.
Eagles will be on the road tomorrow afternoon. Not much time to rest, as the bus will be leaving early in the morning. Maybe not too early, but in the morning tomorrow. As Eagles will be in Blind River at 2. Now a shot and a save there by Vertese. Big rebound.
Picked up by Elliot Lake.
Yep. Wildcats pick it up. Now here's the Eagles' Dax. Back to Butcher. Now Blair has it. Shot down the ice, and that'll be icing, and that'll give us a chance, Larry, to talk about our attendance challenge. Lest we forget, as it was the second round of our attendance challenge, you put up a number of 472. As far as the attendance, I thought it was lower, along with one of our listeners, Don Supa. What's our attendance tonight, sir?
530.
So you win.
I win.
You win, yes, 530. Okay.
Okay. Remember that? That's that guy was in the what movie was?
The guy in that movie.
I'm trying to think. With Whoopi Goldberg was in it, and he it's a race, and he at the end he always says, "I win, I win, I win."
Maybe somebody on Twitter can help me out on that one.
Whoopi Goldberg. I can't think of it. John Lovitz was in it also.
I like him.
Yeah.
Can't watch Whoopi. She's all angry now. Well, then again, so who isn't right now, right? Now here's
Help
Wada.
me out, folks. Help me out in
with
this
the
one.
puck. Puck loose in the slot, picked up by Mims. Now Wada chasing it down his own zone by Fulci as Wood loses his noggin. I should say his helmet, not his noggin. No. That would really be bad. So we're going to have a whistle. Anytime a player loses a helmet, Larry, do they blow the whistle now?
Well, he's supposed to go straight to the bench, and I guess he wasn't moving that fast, so they did blow the whistle.
Face off to the left of Joseph Benedetto, who replaced Caleb Sauer after giving up the fourth Wildcats goal. Benedetto has not given up one as of yet. Face off, won by the Eagles. Butcher with the puck. Now at center ice, Lamberti cross the blue line. Lamberti gets hit along the end boards. They're picked up by Fulci. Puck over on the far side boards. Lamberti trying to get up to that puck. Wildcats have it. That's going to be icing. Shot down the ice. While we have a moment, we can check the Sioux Greyhound scores. They are taking on North Bay tonight at the Memorial Gardens. 4-0 Hounds after 2 periods of play. Also some college football going on, Larry. Michigan State in action right now as they're leading at Indiana 14-7. Michigan.
They're in Indiana?
Yep. Michigan big time over Nebraska. Boy, what's going on there? 56-10. And the big upset today. Our good friend Junior, Paul Van Wagner's team, Virginia Tech, loses at Old Dominion.
Old Dominion.
Yeah. Be interested to hear his show Monday on ESPN Blacksburg. He puts the home in homer, that guy. Holy mackerel. Now puck over along the far boards, and we're going to have a hand pass, so that's going to stop play.
Face off, be outside.
So now, Larry, I wouldn't consider you a homer. You know what I mean by homer.
Yeah.
A broadcaster that kind of, and no offense to Paul, but he is one. He's a friend of mine, but he is a homer. One time he got mad. I'll tell you a story on the next break. You'll appreciate this one.
Rat race. Or something that was, I think it was rat race with,
we're going to have to look that one up. I don't know. But that was the Michael Cohen story, actually, but that's a whole other thing. Now here's the Eagles with it. I know Don appreciated that little jab at lawyers in New York City. Now here's a chance for the Eagles. Strauss, long side, near boards. Now back to the point. Parrott, his shot blocked. Eagles trying to set up some offense here. Strauss over at the far board. 16:40 to play in the third period. 4-3 in favor of Elliot Lake. Morge picks up the puck, almost hits the referee.
Well, he was telling them to move the puck, and they did move it, but it almost moved it right at him.
Yeah, puck was loose there in the crease. Now a shot, that goes wide. Over to Parrott. Now Parrott behind the net to Jensen. Wildcats pick up the puck. Skate it to center ice. Elliot Lake now. Next goal, very important. Whoever scores, chance for the Wildcats, and that's going to be a whistle.
Net off.
And the net off the mooring, so we'll have a face-off with 16:09 to play in the third period. Paul Van Wagner, a good friend of ours. He did some Eagles games, I think, back in the days, now down in ESPN Blacksburg. There was a time he did Lake Superior State University hockey, and I remember when he took over for a legendary broadcaster who we saw yesterday, as a matter of fact, and he was getting upset because he would go on the we'll continue the story here on the next break. So that sets the tables.
Okay.
Now here's Shire with it across the blue line, drops it, shot Johnson, and that one goes off the netting. So there's a college hockey. There's a fan forum or a chat board, and I remember telling him when he took on this job, I says, Paul, don't go on there because you're going to get upset because it's like Facebook and people always have a comment about something. They got to say something, and somebody was calling him a cheerleader, and he probably should put down the pom-poms. Oh, did he get mad about that? Little did I tell him that was me that said that, but no, I didn't say. Well, maybe it was, but it was kind of funny. So, you are not a homer. That's where I'm going with that. You're actually sometimes critical of the home team.
Yeah.
Sometimes overly. Now a big hit along the end boards, picked up by the Wildcats.
That's Roth. You could score and you can hit.
Yes, he can. Now here's Andrilla. He gets knocked around by Shire. Butcher picks up the puck. 15-15 to play in this third period. Now the Eagles with it. Johnson across the blue line. Johnson with it. Shot. Misses the net. Goes over to Butcher along the near point. Now here's Shire. Just out of the reach of him. Elliot Lake holding on to that 1-goal lead. We have 15 minutes to play in this third period. Shire across the blue line. Behind the net. Lannon. Now puck in front and gloved by the netminder, Justin Vertese, and he'll hold with 14:51 to play here in the third period.
This first 5 minutes of this third period here, the Eagles have carried the play. They just haven't scored, that's all.
Face-off won by the Wildcats. Eagles pick it up. Lerner back to the point. Schwab. Now his shot deflects, and a save there by Vertese, and he'll hold. Shots 28-26 in favor of the Eagles right now.
Vertese? I guess we'll call him that, yeah. Vertese. He's coming out the blue there, and he's cutting down the angles and the shots, so he's doing a good game there.
Noticed on the ice, Larry, we see a lot of brown rust-looking spots. Can you give us idea what that is? It's just the ice. It's a condensation. Okay, that makes sense.
Maybe it was that bird that was flying around here last night.
Indeed, yes.
Did they get him out of here, that bird, or what?
They better. It's a lot of droppings on the rink there. Now here's Butcher with it, a shot. A save there, Vertese.
You waited too long. You got to shoot. This guy's coming right out. He's cutting it down.
And so Vertese with the save. We'll be here next Saturday, Larry. Soo Thunderbirds. Yeah, we will. You're doing good. You're off to a great start, my friend.
I only have, 24 more to go?
I'm holding my breath. Now a shot and another save, plus playoff games.
We hope.
We have fun doing these broadcasts. Hopefully those that are just finding out who we are, they're probably wondering, what the heck are these guys talking about? It's an acquired taste sometimes.
Who are those guys? Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid. Who are those guys? Right. Rat Race. It was called Rat Race.
Okay.
Yeah, John Lovitz, Whoopi Goldberg.
Okay.
It's excellent.
I do like John Lovitz. He's great.
I won't even say what he was doing. This one, he was great in this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could use with less Whoopi, but if it's got Lovitz, it's got to be okay. Now that one shot down the ice. No icing. Under 14 to play in this third period.
come on.
Now puck at center ice. Butcher with it. Across the blue line. Butcher and Strauss. Now picked up by the Wildcats. Elliot Lake with it. Now into the zone. Over at the far corner, Jensen. Eagles trying to clear the puck. Kept in by the Wildcats. Quick shot. That one blocked. It deflects and goes out of play. And we'll have a face-off with 13:22 to play in this third period, Larry. Still 4-3. Wildcats.
Wildcats are pressing a little bit right now. Eagles got to keep that momentum. You know, one more puts them back in the game and gives them the momentum.
Frigid temperatures here at Polar Stadium. This is about as cold as I've seen this place, Larry.
Cold as it gets.
Yeah. This is more like Canes rink. Now a big collision behind the net.
But the Wildcats still come up with the puck.
Yep. Now Hooker on the near side. Taken out of the zone by Androli. Androli. That's going to be a penalty, I think, on the Eagles, Larry.
Yeah, he might get a slashing. Let's see what
slashing,
he does.
yep.
Yep. No, that's tripping. He's calling tripping.
Could have called a couple things. They call tripping, and so that's going to be another power play for the Wildcats.
Or knee. No, let's see a signal.
It was a trip, wasn't it? Like he went for the
tripping.
See if we have any finals yet. Hurst has tied Powassan at 2.
Good.
With 1:40 left in that one. Espanola looking for their first win, Larry. They're 6 minutes away from it. They lead French River 4-2. Late third, Timmins up on Rayside 3-2, and Kirkland Lake up on Cochrane 3-2. Elliot Lake on a power play. Eagles need to kill this one off. Lannon passing along the near boards. Now gets it back. Lannon back to the point. Perrone over to Lannon. Now back to the point. Good movement here. Shot missing the net. Lannon keeps it in. Gets it over to Mins. Mins back to the point off the stick of Perrone. Here's Lerman with it. Trying to get it, rather.
Good play by him. Not chasing the puck, going for a line change. Nice play.
1:20 left on the power play. Wildcats skated up ice. Lannon across the blue line. Now Lannon. As Eagles break that one up, Blair. He's got Wada with him. Over to Blair. Blair in. Blair shot.
Right
save, rebound, puck loose. Blair with a great opportunity there. As Brendan Blair almost tied this game. Mins with it.
Him and Wada. Nice playing there.
Yeah, over to Lannon. Now behind the net, Perrone. 50 seconds left on the Wildcats power play. Eagles look like they're the ones on the power play. There's a trip at center ice, no call. Wada with it.
Whoa.
Fans want a call on that one.
Fans are accurate.
Now Butcher over to Parrott. He's going to shoot that one in. 35 seconds left. Now Wada, he gets knocked down. Now the Eagles will get a penalty. Power play, I should say, as that's going to be a tripping call or a knee call. Yeah. That's going to go against Elliot Lake. It looks like that's number 11, Sean Hagan, with the penalty. And so 4-on-4 hockey before the Eagles go on the power play with 11:28 to play here in the third period. Celebrate the face-off in the Elliot Lake zone. Great penalty kill for the Eagles on that one, Larry.
Yes, it was.
So here we go. 4-on-4 hockey.
Especially when you get an opportunity to score there.
Yeah, really. And then you get a power play after that. Eagles will go on the power play in about 20 seconds. Blair at the point, slides it over to Schwab. Bad shot there, taken away by the Wildcats, and that should be offside. No, they touch onside. Now puck behind the net. 5 seconds on the 4-on-4. And that's going to be another penalty, Larry. Eagles probably want to give this puck up, and yeah, there could be a couple.
There could have been one there.
And so here's a big chance for the Eagles, as they will have a 5-on-3 for 1:27. So a key part in this hockey game right now, with 10:55 to play in the third period.
He almost had another one. You see the elbow that was thrown down there? Yeah.
It's Coach Doug LaPrade kind of getting almost a timeout here quickly as he gets his players over there. As I like that almost like a mini timeout.
Yeah.
He got his players over there quickly. They skate back on the ice. It's an important part of this game, Larry, as you have a 5-on-3 for 1:27. Butcher and Blair at the points. Jensen, Morich, and Strauss, your forwards. So here we go. Eagles want to score on this one. Elliot Lake wins the face-off. Morich behind the net. One with Jensen. 3 Eagles back there. Credit the Elliot Lake player.
Good puck. And,
how about that? There's some nice work by that young man. Number 14, Keegan Foster. And he gets a big round of applause from the bench and the fans in Elliot Lake. That was a nice play.
That was 44, I mean.
Oh, 44, excuse me, Perone. Yep. So we'll do it again. Face off to the right of Vertese. As Elliot Lake had one too many players out there. Nice try. Face off. Won by the Eagles. Butcher over to Blair. Back to Butcher. Butcher, Blair. Butcher. Shot. Missing the net. Over to Blair. Still a minute left on the 5-on-3. Blair, Butcher, shot. Misses the net again.
I think that went off somebody that time.
Now Blair with it. Blair moves in. Over to Butcher. Trying again. That one hits Perone in front.
Yeah.
Hits him on the hand, but it is a good job.
It hit Foster that time. Or that Perone. I'm sorry.
Perone. We're good the first time.
Yeah.
Now here's Morich. Across the blue line. Now Morich past the Butcher. Still 35 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Butcher over to Schwab. Schwab back to Butcher. Butcher over to Schwab. Schwab, Butcher.
Move it in.
Butcher, Schwab, all sorts of action in front. Shot save there. As, boy, there's a big battle there between the number 8, Strauss, and Carr, as Strauss got about 5 or 6 cross checks to the back of him. And the Eagles still looking for a power play goal here. 23 seconds left on the 5-on-3. 9:50 to play in the third period. You won't have the media timeout right now, as we have a power play opportunity.
Too much passing.
Yeah. Face off won by the Wildcats, and they're going to clear that one to center. Schwab with it. Still time on the power play. Wood. Caleb Wood with it. Wood. Shot. Blocked. Caleb Wood. Nice job there to keep that one in. Now Wood with it. Wood back to Schwab. Now Schwab over to the far point. Over to Schwab. Now Parrott. First penalty over. Schwab with the shot. Save.
You're going to have a breakaway here.
And here's out of the box Hagen. Hagen with it. Parrott gets back. Good job by Parrott to get back on that one, as he prevented a breakaway opportunity for the Wildcats. Eagles still in the power play for 20 seconds. And again, you got one player battling. That's going to be a bad penalty on the Eagles, as they're going to be guilty of a penalty. And that's just not one you can take if you're down by 1 in the third period. That's going to go on Parrott, as that was Hagen there that really created that opportunity. And now we'll have 4-on-4 hockey, Larry, before the Wildcats will go on the power play.
And there's no timeout.
So that opportunity lost by the Eagles. Still lots of time left in this one. 9:09 to play in the third. 4-3 Wildcats. No scoring here in this third period. Now a quick shot and a save there by Benedetto. Shots on goal 33-27 Eagles. So a lot more shots tonight than we saw last night.
Yes,
Larry.
You're right.
Face-off controlled by Elliot Lake. Hagen passes it over to Daniels. Now a shot goes behind the net. Benedetto will cover that one up. Took him a couple tries, but he does. So we have 2 seconds left on the 4-on-4 before a power play for Elliot Lake. Overtime in Hearst between Powassan and the Lumberjacks. 4-2 Espanola. That one late in the third, so it looks like the Express will get their first victory of the season in French River. That one shot down the ice as Eagles now short-handed. 8:45 to play in the third period. Eagles looking to sweep the weekend at home, but they got some work to do if they're going to do that. Now the Wildcats trying to set up the power play. Minute 20 left on the power play. Androli had it taken away. Now here's the Eagles with a chance. Dax trying to get that puck. Dax can't quite get to it, but he'll create the face-off in the Wildcat zone. So
he had to muscle outrace 2 guys.
Rayside has tied Timmins at 3. That one with 4 minutes left in the third period. And Kirkland Lake still leading Cochrane 3-2. That one also late in the third period. Sioux Greyhounds now leading North Bay 5-0 in the third period. So it looks like the Hounds are going to get their first win of the season.
They'd be what, 1-1?
1-1. Yep, they lost their opener in Saginaw on Wednesday. They'll be on the road for 5 now coming up. So here's the Wildcats still on the power play for a minute. Back to the point. Perone, near side Lannon. Lannon over to Perone. He centers it. Shot. That one goes off of Wada. Over the far side. That's Mins. Behind the net to Taylor. Taylor has a pair of goals tonight. The go-ahead goal for Elliot Lake. Now Taylor again has it. Taylor back. Shot. That one blocked in front. Picked up by Perone. Now Lannon with it. 30 seconds left on the power play.
Eagle without a hockey stick. They've gone to defenseman or forward, I believe. Not sure.
Now Mins with it. His shot. That one deflects high and wide. Over to Perone. 20 seconds left on the power play. Perone over to Lannon. Lannon on the near side. Mins. Back to Lannon. Lannon. Mins. Point. Perone. Shot. Misses. Mins on the rebound. Butcher has it. 5 seconds left on the power play. As Lamberti can't clear it, but that's going to do it on the power play. With 7 minutes to play here in this third period. Eagles still trail by 1. Puck along the near boards, picked up by Taylor. Now Taylor, nice move. Taylor, a couple moves. His shot. That one blocked by Schwab. Nice block by him. Now Mins. Players get knocked down. Corey Bricknell wants a penalty over there. Mins with it along the near side boards. As Taylor goes to the bench for Elliot Lake. Now here come the Eagles with it. Wada gets it up to Jensen. Now Jensen plays it off the boards. Behind the net. For Tazy. Near side. Strauss with the puck over at the far boards for the Eagles. 6:25 to play in the third. Elliot Lake comes up with the puck. They lead by 1. Androli, couple stick handling moves picked up by the Eagles. Blair. Now Blair's long pass broken up by Daniels. Daniels across the blue line. Daniels with the puck. Daniels with the shot. Benedetto makes the save. We finally get a whistle, Larry, with 6:07 to play in this third period. Elliot Lake still holding on to that 1-goal lead.
Been a good third period. Exciting.
Yeah. So the face-off now, we're going to get, do we have ever gotten our media? It's going to be our media timeout, Larry, so I'll let you say what you got to say and let the words fall out. I want you to be brave. Go.
Be brave. What can I say? I don't know. Like I say, this has been a good period. I've enjoyed it myself. I see good things happening in both teams. The Eagles carried it for most of the third period, and then they kind of, I don't want to say let up, but they got into penalty trouble. And that's what put them on their heels. But now they got a chance with 6:07 left to go. They get organized. They're over the bench now. I guess both teams are at their respective benches, and they're getting some strategy going, what they have to do. Eagles know they have to score, and they really can't take too many chances. Like the defenseman can't be cheating in too much in the offensive zone because you don't want a 2-on-1 or a one-man breakaway or something like that. You just have to play smart hockey, but you have to play smart hockey. That's all I can say in this period here.
I want to give a shout out here to the gentleman to your right, Larry, Rob Horn and his family. They do a lot for this organization. When things like today happen, with things breaking down, Rob was running from here to there, and appreciate all that he does for the Soo Eagles, his kids, and the entire family. They're a big part of this organization. Gave him some ribbing earlier. I wanted to make sure that I don't get my throat slashed for that one. Figure that might have saved a little stay of execution.
You didn't want that Mexican bow tie or whatever.
Exactly. Here's the Wildcats with it. Maltby with a shot. That misses the net. Under 6 minutes to play in this third period. Eagles need a goal to tie this one. They trail by 1. They beat Elliot Lake earlier this season in Elliot Lake. Now shot into the Eagles' end. Shots 34-29 in favor of the home team, but they trail by 1. Here's Schwab with it. Schwab up to Caleb Wood. He has a goal tonight. Tried to get it to Shire. Now Praisner chases it down. Puck along the near boards. Parrott does a good job to keep that puck in, as almost fell onto the ice there. Caleb, next time catch me if that happens, please. Holy mackerel. Apparently the NyQuil is kicking in as well as the DayQuil. 5:10 to play in the third period. One gets shot way up in the air, and we'll have a face-off with 5:05 to play in the third period. Take another look at the scoreboard. It's still final. Hearst knocks off Powassan 3-2 in overtime, Larry. So that is one of the two undefeated teams that is no longer undefeated. And there are no longer any winless teams, as Espanola has beaten French River at 4-2. Rayside and Timmins still tied at 3. Kirkland Lake still leading Cochrane 3-2. Both those ones very late in the third period. 4-3 Elliot Lake here with under 5 to play in the third. Now a shot that goes behind the net. Eagles want to tie this one up. That one's shot down the ice. That's going to be icing. So we'll have a face-off back in the Elliot Lake zone. .444 on the clock right now.
And 4-3.
That's right.
The score.
March will take the draw for the Eagles. Won by the Wildcats. Elliot Lake with it. They'll chip it up to center. Rieger with it. Now picked up by Androli. Now a chance in front. Dito shot, save, rebound. Goes over to the far boards. Behind the net. Flipped off the glass to Jensen. Now Jensen trying to get that puck out of the zone. Morich over there as well for the Eagles. Now here come the Eagles. Butcher with it across the blue line. Butcher shot. Gloved by Vertese. He'll hold. And now we're getting a little bit of the rough stuff as Morich tangling up with the Elliot Lake player. Not quite the rough and tumble affair that we saw last night, Larry, in the third period.
No, last night.
A little more
last
on the
night
line
you went
in
to a
this
hockey
one.
game and a fight broke
Yeah.
out.
So this Elliot Lake team, Larry, much like the teams we've seen over the past 2 or 3 seasons, kind of seems to be the same type of team. They don't overly, they don't jump out at you as far as the flashiest team, the most physical. Now a chance in front, a shot and a deflected save. But they just play a stingy, I guess, maybe type of hockey that, is always going to be tough for a team like the Eagles to play against.
They're an aggressive hockey team, too.
Yep.
You see, they'll, they're no strangers to physicality, scoring, and aggressive play.
Eagles with a couple of shots on that exchange. Dax with it. 4 minutes to play in the third period. We'll keep an eye on Benedetto here as we get under 2 minutes to play. If the Eagles can't score a goal, we'll probably see him come out. Now Parrott at the point over to Blair. Blair's shot off the pad of Mins. He puts it in front. The Eagles player does. Picked up by the Wildcats. Mins at center ice. Broken up there by Fulci. Now bouncing puck. Benedetto just going to cover that one up, and he'll hold with 3:37 to play in the third period. Shots 35-30 Eagles, but they trail 4-3.
Eagles are throwing the puck away blind, and you got to also give credit to the Wildcats. They're playing high on the defense in the offensive zone. The defense have to back away or can't get a pass or a shot out. Face
off to the left of Benedetto. Taylor to take the draw for the Wildcats. Wins the draw, gets it back to the point. Puck goes along the end boards. Tischborn. Now the Wildcats with the puck. Back to the point, landed. Taylor's shot misses the net. Or the far boards. Pitching in the Elliot Lake defender. Now the Eagles have it. Strauss at center ice. Loses the puck. Tischborn with it. Now the Eagles get it back. 3:10 to play in the third. Wildcats break that one up. Shoot it down the ice. Rieger chases it down for the Eagles. Rieger up to Wood. That one high stick. And that's going to bring the face-off back outside, to the Elliot Lake zone?
Outside their blue line.
Okay. 2:55 to play in the third period. The Eagles can win this one. They'll jump into a first-place tie Rayside and Timmins now going to overtime in Timmins.
Did you ever find out what the pattern is there? I thought it was 3-on-3.
No, I forgot to look that up. We'll get all that clarified
for next Saturday.
And here's Wildcats with it. Dado across the blue line. His shot blocked. 2:40 to play in the third period. He's desperately trying to get a goal here. Hagen with it. Hagen shooting it in. Benedetto holds that one. Flips it over to Butcher. 2:30 to play in the third. Now Butcher up to Morich. Morich with the puck. Nice pass over to Jensen. His shot saved there by Vertese. Now puck in the far corner. Behind the net.
Goaltender out.
Wow, goalie out already with over 2 minutes to play. Flipping it to center. Eagles got to catch up to that one. Late change. And a goal.
Empty netter.
Little early to pull the goalie there, Larry. The Eagles kind of rolling the dice. And a late change cost them. And that could be all she wrote. As we have 2:07 to play in the third period. That goal, I believe, will go to Jaden Parnell. And that could be the icing on the cake for the Wildcats to get a big road victory for them, as they now lead the Soo Eagles by the score of 5-3. I was kind of surprised looking back, Larry, to see the goaltender out, but Coach Doug LaPrade saw the Eagles had possession in the zone and figured that was the time.
Yeah.
Didn't quite work out that way. And so 5-3 in favor of Elliot Lake. Still a lot of time in this one. The Eagles are going to have to get a goal here quickly, then try to pull the goalie again. Puck behind the net, Reger. Can't clear it, kept in. Quick shot, save Benedetto. On the near boards, flipped up to center. Eagles with the puck. In the neutral zone, rather. Over to Strauss. Strauss with the puck. Now Strauss. Eagles still battling out there, picked up by the Wildcats. Here comes Elliot Lake. By Fulci with it. By Fulci with the shot. That misses. $1:20 left in this one. By Fulci, big hit on Wood.
I thought he hit him high, yeah, but he's all right.
Now here's Strauss with it. Strauss up to Wood. Wood across the blue line. Shot. Save there by Vertese. And give him credit. He's given up 3 goals, but he's made 34 saves, Larry. Now the Eagles still with the puck. Wood, couple moves, loses the puck.
Under a minute here.
Yep. 50 seconds left. Some big hits over along the far boards. Now taken there by Tischborn. 40 seconds to play. So really the second period, the difference, Larry, that stretch where the Wildcats scored 3 goals. Eagles didn't get one back at the end of the period, but that's the difference in this game. As the Eagles now with 30 seconds to play have it poke checked away. So the Eagles are going to fall to 3-4 on the season, Larry. Have a quick turnaround game in Blind River.
That's going to be a tough one, too.
Yeah, and then they have a tough one next Saturday here at Puller Stadium against the Soo Thunderbirds. So final thoughts, Mr. Pozzebon.
Yeah, bad second period for the Eagles, and give credit to the Wildcats.
So we're just waiting for the final buzzer. The shot goes wide, and our final score, Elliot Lake defeats the Soo Eagles by the score of 5-3. I want to thank everybody for watching and tuning in tonight on Hockey TV. I want to thank our cameraman Rob Horn and, of course, color commentator Larry Pozzebon. Scott Nason signing off from Puller Stadium. We will talk to you next Saturday night here at the Puller for our next Hockey TV broadcast. Have a great night, folks.